Don't knock. Don't
We are
knock.
the police.
Bryson knows that. I don't expect you to know that because you ain't a police officer like you say you are in there. But Bryson does, and he knows as big as he is and as little as she is, and if you step up in her face, she's going to be scared, especially when you're drunk and aggressive like that.
Well, it's not that he was drunk and aggressive.
Absolutely. What do you call that?
Well, he never came. He didn't never go past the doormat.
It don't matter. He took a step
And
towards her.
he was under Ambien. So.
It doesn't matter. No excuse.
I think isn't there a law about Ambien?
Nope.
Okay.
This does not make me feel happy.
Me either. No, it doesn't make anybody
It
feel
pisses
happy.
me off that your nonchalant attitude.
It's not that I'm nonchalant, like I said. We have sit there, we've talked, we have cried, but it happened. It should not have been handled that way. But what can we do to change it?
Apparently both of you are going to jail. Did you bring an ID with you? You ain't got nothing like that on you. Information. Is your first name Kristen?
Yes.
How you spell it?
Kristen.
I introduced myself yesterday. I'm sure Bryson told you who I was, but I'm an investigator with others. I mostly work major crimes here, and I've been asked to handle this. So, with that said, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. I don't know what you're going to tell me. I'd rather just go ahead and start that way, and then we'll move on. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, if you want to sit here and talk to me, feel free to sign that. Okay. All right, Ms. Smith. Obviously, you probably have an idea why you're here.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened. What were y'all doing that day before all this happened?
We're at the pool.
Who was at the pool?
Me, Bryson, his brother,
What's his brother's name?
Joselle Payne.
Who else was with you in your group?
Aaron and Morgan.
Aaron. What are their
Aaron
last
Moore.
names?
Aaron and Morgan Moore.
No disturbances, and everybody was getting along fine, nothing happened.
No.
Where'd y'all go from there?
To our house.
Back to the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Who went there?
Me, Bryson, Giselle, Aaron, Morgan.
Was anybody else in the apartment?
Their kids.
Aaron and Morgan's kids?
Mm-hmm.
Did Joselle have a girlfriend over?
He did. She did not come from
The
the
pool.
pool to there, but she came later on during the night.
What was her name?
Chelsea.
You know her last name?
I want to say Gay, maybe wrong.
Was she there during the incident? Do you remember? Okay. And then Aaron and Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Not that I recall, no.
Was there, Aaron's a black or a white male, was there any other white males in the apartment that night?
No.
Okay. Was there, at any point, even before this, do you remember anyone else being in the apartment besides this list of people and their children? You said Aaron and Morgan's children. How old are their children?
I have no idea.
Well, you got three of your own. You could probably guess.
4, 3, and 1.5 or 2.
They have 3 kids?
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of their kids were there?
Yes.
4, what, is that a female or male?
The 2 oldest are females.
You think a 3-year-old female?
Yeah, there's
And
some
then a
around that
1-year-old
age.
male?
1.5 to 2. No. Mm-hmm.
That's the only children in the home at the time? Your kids were not there?
No.
Nobody else had kids there?
No.
Okay. So when you get... Go ahead.
Chelsea, I think, brought their little girl, but she wasn't there the whole time, no.
Chelsea at some point had her child there, but maybe not during this, or during this?
I don't know. No, if Chelsea was there, she had to have been there. But like I said, I don't know. She was with Chelsea the whole time. My kids weren't there, so I wasn't really paying
much attention.
Yeah.
So how old's Chelsea's child?
2.
Female?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What did y'all do when you got back to the apartment?
Got to the house. We ate. Drank a little bit, listened to music.
Okay. Were y'all doing karaoke or anything?
No. We had the karaoke machine on, but nobody was singing on it or anything.
Okay. And when you say drink, what did y'all drink?
Tequila.
Like how much? What was it?
It was tequila.
I know, but like the brand and...
Coa.
Coa?
COA. How much? I don't know. It was...
Was it a full bottle when you started?
Yeah, but I mean, we went from the pool to the house, so...
Right.
Bryson drank Evan Williams, so...
Who drank the tequila?
Me. Giselle. And... I don't know if Morgan did or not. I mean, I know she drank. I don't know exactly what she drank, so...
By the end of the night, was the bottle empty?
No, there's probably a fourth left.
Okay. So you'd say y'all probably drank 2/3 of the bottle
Probably,
for the whole
around.
day? And you said Bryson was drinking Evan Williams? Did he drink that by himself?
Yeah, because no one else drank Evan Williams.
How much would you say he had drank throughout the whole day?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I have no idea.
Would he have, do you think he would have drank the whole bottle in an entire day?
I mean, it just depends on what we're doing.
In that day? I mean, y'all are hanging out with friends and at the pool all day long. I mean.
It could have been, I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. He may have had some left. I mean, I didn't pay attention.
And that's all that was drank? There was no beer or nothing like that?
No. I don't drink beer, neither does Bryson, so... Not unless someone else was, but like I said, I don't keep up with everybody else.
Do you take prescription medication?
No.
No prescriptions. Do you use illegal drugs?
No.
So during this event, you wouldn't have smoked weed or anything from
No.
weed up to
No.
something as hard as heroin?
No.
Nothing. Okay. Does Bryson take prescription medication?
Yes.
What does he take?
Ambien.
Had he taken that night?
He had.
When did he take that?
Probably about... It was right before the girl came, probably about 10, no more than 15 minutes before she came to the door.
Did you physically see him take it?
Yes.
Okay. Was he drinking alcohol at the same time?
No. He was drinking alcohol before, but
Okay.
usually after he takes it, he doesn't.
He stops drinking?
Yeah.
Do you remember if he continued drinking after he took it that night?
I don't think so. Like I said, I didn't pay attention, but usually he does not.
Okay.
So.
Had anyone smoked marijuana in your apartment that night?
No.
Okay.
No one's ever smoked marijuana in our apartment.
Ever?
Ever.
And the reason I asked that is because when the officers came to the door to get your side of the story, they smelled what they thought was marijuana
I'm sure they did from
Scent coming
downstairs.
from
We've already had to call officers out because the smell seeps up to my kids' room
Okay.
from downstairs. The last time we called them out, they couldn't smell it, but we had already had my parents over, multiple people over that could smell it.
So you guys called the cops before on that?
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
Close to right when we moved in.
All right.
And nothing's been done about that either, so.
You said did the deputies show up?
Mm-hmm.
Did they smell it?
They said no, but one of them said that they're having sinus problems and they're all congested and they couldn't smell it, so.
Okay. So it was basically unfounded?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys leave the pool. You go back to the apartment. What did you do in the apartment besides drinking and all that? What did y'all sit
Nothing.
around? Did y'all play cards? Did y'all watch a movie? What'd you do?
We all sat around the table. We all sat around the kitchen table. I don't know if we played cards or not. I don't think. Someone had mentioned something about cards, but I don't remember cards ever being there.
Okay.
So, I mean, no, we just sat at the table and hung out.
Were y'all playing music?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was you using to play your music with? A computer, stereo, karaoke machine,
It was a speaker.
Like what kind of speaker?
The karaoke machine speaker.
Okay. What does it have, like Bluetooth or something? You can connect your phone to it?
Yeah, both of our speakers do. It was either a karaoke machine or we have like a little square. They're both in the living room or kitchen. So it was one of the two. It was a speaker, so.
Did you have it on the table with y'all, or do you remember?
If it was a karaoke machine, it was on the floor. If it was our little triangular speaker, it was on the counter.
Okay. So, how long would it be that you think y'all were listening to music? What time are we talking today? What time of the day?
Probably, like I said, we got there at 7:30, 8-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at the clock, so I couldn't tell you. And whatever time it was when she came and knocked on our door.
So from the time you got home to
Mm-hmm.
when this happened, you guys kind of had your music going?
Yeah.
Do you know how late it was when this happened?
Not when she, no. No, I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Did you feel like it was late, like maybe after hours?
No. It was before midnight, so.
Right. Had y'all ever been complained on before by the neighbors?
Nope. We've always gotten along with the neighbors under us.
Have y'all ever complained on any of your neighbors?
Besides when we first moved in and we could smell the weed smell?
Yeah.
No, but they, that I know of, don't even know that we called.
Okay.
So, probably not that they know of.
Okay. So, at the moment that the door's knocked, you hear the knock at the door. Did you hear it first, or how did that?
I think we all kind of heard it.
Were y'all
It
sitting
was
at
loud.
the table?
Go ahead.
Hold on, no. Go to the room. Y'all go to the room.
Do you guys mind keeping it down?
What apartment are you in?
It doesn't matter. I have a
It does matter. What
I have a
apartment are you in?
3-month-old,
What apartment are
and
you
you
in?
guys are up screaming
I
and
don't care. What
karaokeing.
apartment are you in?
So you hear a knock at the door. What happened on your side of the door? What was going on?
We didn't know who it was, so I said, y'all need to get your kids and put them in the room. We don't know who it is. And I
Where did
answered
the
door.
kids go?
I think they went in my kids' room,
Which is
right beside the door.
like at the front door. There's a bedroom near the front door, right?
Yep, that's my kids' room.
Okay. So they went in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm assuming. I don't know. I just remember saying, y'all need to put the kids in the room,
Okay.
because we didn't know who it was.
All right.
And then I opened the door. Asked
Okay.
what apartment she was from. She wouldn't tell me.
Okay.
And then Bryson came out and said what he said.
Okay, well,
I have a 3-month-old that you're keeping.
What apartment are you in?
go.
What time is it? It's
Because
after
we know everybody
midnight.
around here. What
It's
fucking
after
apartment are you in?
midnight.
Okay,
I don't know
go.
what
It's
time it
after
is.
midnight.
Go.
It's after midnight.
Okay.
What did he say?
Um,
I want to
I
see
think
what
he
you
asked
recall.
who. I think he asked who she was. Because I think he heard me asking her who she was. So I think he tried to see who she was, and she would not tell him. And then, I don't remember. I know he said for her to go to get off his front door, shove her off his property or something like that. And I know he said, like, fuck off or something, but,
What were you doing in that moment?
after he came to the door, I walked off.
Okay.
And then I know she told him, if you touch me, I'm going to call the police. Well, that's when I came in and said, he is the police. And I never made it past, here's our door mat. I never made it past that, so.
Did you ever go out towards her?
No, I went probably parallel to Bryson. I was right there with Bryson.
Okay.
I never went towards her, no. I never went for her.
We got fucking respect, but it don't fucking matter. We got fucking kids in here, and it don't fucking matter what the fuck we do. What fucking apartment
Don't
you
knock
in?
on our goddamn
What
door.
fucking apartment you in?
Don't goddamn knock on our fucking door.
You touch me, you're going to jail.
No,
so
don't knock on our
First of
goddamn
all,
door.
let me fucking
Don't
tell you
knock.
something.
Don't
We
knock
are
on.
the fucking police, bitch.
Okay. And you remember this? You remember? Like,
I remember it vaguely.
Okay. So the incident happened. What was the conclusion of the incident? Tell me about that part. What happened?
I went inside because his brother was standing beside. It was Bryson, me, and his brother. And I went inside. I said, I'm not wanting to get in anything about it. We just need to turn music down. Everybody needs to get inside.
Was
Shut the door.
Bryson there?
Mm-hmm.
When he
Bryson
came in with you?
Mm-hmm.
What was his demeanor like?
He was just kind of, he was upset, but he was kind of out of it. He took his Ambien, so
Yeah.
he was kind of, he knew what was going on, but he doesn't remember.
Right. So that's why I'm getting your version to
Yeah.
see what happened, because you remember, so you can kind of fill
Right.
in the blanks for Bryson.
We all just came in, we cut the music down, and me and Bryson went to bed.
Immediately?
Yeah.
Was anybody up after you went to bed?
His brother left. His brother and his girlfriend, they left. Me and Bryson went straight to bed, because I was like, I gotta get you in bed. And Aaron and Morgan, I think they put the kids down and went to bed.
Okay.
They stayed at our house, so.
Okay. And then fast forward from that, maybe however long it was, the report shows that the officers were out not long after, within the hour. Do you remember the knock at the door?
No.
Is your apartment in the front or the back of the apartment?
Our bedroom,
Yeah,
in the very back.
in the bedroom. Can you hear a knock at the door from your bedroom?
Usually we cannot. Usually we hear Badoo barking.
Okay. Did you hear Badoo
No.
barking that night?
We have 2 fans going in there, and our bedroom door was shut.
At what point did you realize that the cops came to your front door?
I had a missed call on my phone, and I asked Bryson who it was, and he said, I think it was dispatch.
When was that?
The next morning, or the next afternoon, whenever we woke up.
The next morning?
Yeah, I think it was 11-ish or so.
Okay. What was the conversation like when that happened?
Nothing.
Did
I
you
asked
kind
who-
of recall what happened the night before and wonder why dispatch is trying to call y'all?
I already knew what happened the night before.
Okay.
Um,
Did Bryson?
I don't know if sometimes if you tell him if something happens and the next morning I kind of have to tell him what's happened, and then
Okay.
he'll kind of recollect,
Okay.
but it depends on how much longer his Ambien, or how much time since his Ambien has been. So
Right.
I think he recollects some of it, but I don't think it's kind of like putting a puzzle together for
It's a
him.
blur for him
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
So you guys have a conversation the next morning, which was Sunday morning,
Mhm.
when you see a dispatch missed call. On
Mhm.
your phone or Bryson's phone?
On my phone.
On your phone. Why did they try and call Bryson's phone?
Mm-mm. I have no idea how they got my number or anything.
Maybe,
Not unless they gave it to him downstairs.
well, I think the deputy tried to call, and maybe that was the only number they had.
I don't know how they would have my number.
So, the conversation happens and y'all talk about this incident. What was the demeanor like on y'all's part? Were y'all like, oh, that happened, or were you like, oh well, or were you kind of like embarrassed? I mean, what was the conversation
I mean,
like?
it's
Did you guys-
embarrassing. Don't get me wrong. It's embarrassing, especially because of his line of work and
Right.
how she threw it all on the internet. I mean, it's embarrassing to everybody. But, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, it's embarrassing. You know, yeah, probably should have handled it that way. But I still don't feel like we did anything. Probably should have handled it different, but I don't feel like he did anything that he wouldn't stand by.
So you felt like the next morning, even though it's embarrassing, that wasn't anything that would jeopardize anything, career or legally?
No. We never touched her. We never got in her face. No.
Have you ever been arrested before?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been arrested for?
Shoplifting, possession of marijuana.
What's the deal with that? Have you been to court on all that?
I've completed probation on all that.
So you were guilty
Mm-hmm.
of misdemeanor
Mm-hmm.
marijuana. And was it shoplifting was a misdemeanor or felony?
Mm-hmm. Misdemeanor.
Did you ever tell Bryson about that?
Mm-hmm.
About what? Did you tell him about the marijuana and the shoplifting?
Yeah, he knows about me getting arrested.
What did you tell him?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause according to Bryson, he didn't know that you'd been arrested for weed.
Okay, maybe he did. I don't know if
Was
he
that
did
the
or
same
not.
incident?
No, the weed's long,
Okay.
a long time ago.
You don't recall if you did or
I just
not?
know that he knows I've been arrested. Whether he's pulled my, I don't know.
I'm
Whether
sure he
he's,
did.
I was about to say, I don't know. I know he knows that I've been arrested. I'm not a felon. Never been convicted of any felon. I mean,
But as far as you
and as
recall...
far as I know, y'all's policy says you cannot be with anybody with a felony. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or anyone that's known to be involved with criminal activity.
Okay.
There is some... he said something about you just completed a program. What is this program you just completed?
Family treatment court.
And what was that for?
Because I had an open defect case.
About?
I had methadone in my system whenever I delivered my baby.
Okay. And when you were using methadone, what was that to get you off of?
Opiates.
Okay. So at some point in your life, you had an opiate addiction. Did you get in trouble with the law
Nope.
because of the opiates?
No.
Because that's what he says you, at one point, you got arrested for pills and with your ex, and that's the
Oh,
reason
God,
why
no,
you
that
ended
was,
up in this program.
no, that's not why I ended up in this program.
Okay.
I got arrested for pills before my first son was even born, or maybe it was right after my first son was even
Okay.
born. I don't even think they were opiates.
So you and Bryson had that conversation at one point? Because, I mean, he told me
I
about it.
think he knows that I've gotten arrested for it, but I was never convicted of it.
Okay.
Those were all his. I just happened to be in the car. We went to court.
Your ex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, my kid's
Not
dad.
Bryson?
No,
When you say his, I need to be...
No, my
specific.
kid's dad.
Okay.
He got charged with all of that because none of it was mine.
Okay.
So.
And so what you're saying is, because Bryson, according to his... Yep. What were we talking about? Oh, the reason you were in that program, you said, was because you were on methadone during pregnancy, and I'm assuming you didn't pass a drug test or something. Is that how they knew you had methadone in your system?
Yeah, they give you, when you go have a baby, they give you a urine test.
Okay. And then that automatically kicks defects in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How long ago was that?
Almost 2 years ago.
And you just completed the program?
Mhm.
And that was been, when did you complete it?
August 1st.
Okay. During that time, did you have custody of your kids?
Mhm. I never lost custody of my kids.
Okay. And as long as you participated in the program, that wasn't a worry of yours, right? That was kind of like, in order to keep your kids, you need to complete
The
this.
program, yes.
Okay. Did you pass drug tests during this period?
Never failed one.
How often would you take them?
3 to 5, 6 times a week. It just depends. We had a line.
During
we had
the
to
week?
call. Mhm.
Okay.
Well, we had weekends also that we tested.
Okay. It was just one.
It was just random. You had to call a line every morning. If they told you had to come, you had to come.
Okay. So at some point, I guess you and Bryson had a talk about how that all came about, and he never was concerned about his career and the policies that we have up here in your background, right? Was that ever a concern of his?
Not that I know of.
Y'all didn't have that talk,
No, I wasn't a felon, so
right? Is that what he explained to you?
I'm doing good for myself, so no.
So during this event, the next morning, you see the call, y'all have a conversation. What'd y'all do that day? Sunday, the day after.
Went out on the lake. Went on the lake.
Did you know, who'd y'all go with?
We're out there with some guy that we went out there with some guy that he used to work in Ringgold with. I don't know his name.
Another police officer?
Yeah.
Did y'all talk about the
I
night
don't think he's
before
a
or
police
anything?
officer anymore. I think he used to be whenever Bryson was in Ringgold.
Okay.
He was also in Ringgold.
You know why he's not a police officer, or is that just something y'all didn't talk about?
I guess because he just didn't want to. I don't know.
Okay. So, at any point, did y'all talk about the incident, and like, was it a worry of either one of you?
I mean, it's a worry, but it's not something that we're going to go and talk to everybody about.
Right. But amongst you and Bryson, did y'all communicate about this thing and say, you know, we need to figure out what to do about this? And
I mean, we talked about it, but it's kind of like it's already all on Facebook. So how
at
how
what point
can
did you
we?
realize it was on Facebook?
When everybody started texting me,
When was that?
probably Sunday at some point. I don't know if it was. I don't know. We just had a bunch of people, and we couldn't see it because we were blocked. I guess I don't know. We never saw it.
Saw what?
We never saw the video until people started texting us and asking, and we tried
What
to
do you
look
mean
it
you were
up.
blocked? Blocked from what?
I don't know. We just couldn't see it.
Where did you go to look for it, though, is what I'm asking. You said you were blocked.
Oh, I went to Danielle and Mike's page to look for it.
So you thought that, immediately you thought they were the ones that did this.
I knew they were the ones that did this.
What makes you say that?
Because they were banging on our floor from their ceiling
When?
that night.
Of the incident?
Yes.
So tell me about that. What was the deal?
Um,
Well, let me back up. Before the banging on the floor, did you get a message from Mike asking you to turn the music down?
we did. We did not see it.
It showed that somebody read it. Do you know who read it?
No, we didn't see it.
How did it get read?
The kids, they watch. Giselle's little girl watches my phone all the time.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it was her, but I wasn't paying attention to my phone.
So was Giselle's girl there?
Not unless, not
Giselle's
unless it
girl?
was clicked on, and we just kind of didn't pay attention to it. I mean, people text and call our phones all the time.
Yeah.
So it may have been clicked on. It may have been the kids. I don't know. I do not remember reading a message until the next morning when I saw it.
You saw the message the next morning?
Mm-hmm.
Did Bryson see it the night of or the next morning?
I went to the next morning.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if we would have saw the message, we could have turned down the music and none of this would have happened.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we're very considerate. We don't even let our kids run in the apartment because we're trying to be considerate of people around us.
It's 1 a.m. 12 a.m. Excuse me. Oh, I know.
In the cage. But nor here or there. We're very considerate of people around us. We understand we're an apartment. No, it's not where we would love to be. It's just what we're doing for right now. But it is what it is. We're there, so we try to be considerate of people.
Right.
We've never gotten complained on about the music, not to us. Obviously, we've never had the cops called out there, or we would have known about it. So it's not like we go and party hard all day, every day.
Right. Now, the neighbors have all said that you guys have been partying pretty hard for the last week ever since you got out of that program.
No, we haven't. We don't even do anything during the week. I have 3 kids.
Right, but I mean, apparently you guys have been
And my kids were with us all last
pretty late
weekend, so.
and drinking and...
Let me tell you, during the week, we go to bed no later than 8 or 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I gotta be up at 6:30 with 3 kids. During the weekend, most of my friends have kids.
Okay. Which there were kids here, but that didn't seem to matter, I mean, obviously. I mean,
Well,
it doesn't matter how late it is or if y'all are drinking.
if my kids are there, it's not gonna go on.
Okay, right.
Just it is what it is. It's not. I don't have control over other people's kids. I don't have control over what they do.
Right, right.
If it
But
was,
just the presence of kids doesn't keep you from partying.
we weren't partying. We were sitting around a table listening to
Well,
music.
I mean, a
So.
party can be anything. It doesn't mean it was a regular
Yeah, I
party.
mean,
just
it's not
people-
like
a group of
people were
getting
dancing
together.
on the tables
Right,
and
yeah.
we were partying. I mean, yeah, we had music playing and we were drinking, but it wasn't anything hardcore like,
Right.
like I said,
I
people
get it.
dancing on tables just jumping around.
No.
It wasn't that night.
And that's not what I'm saying, but just a broad statement that because kids are present, we're not going to be up late and drinking. That's you know, that's not
No,
true.
you said that they said that since I completed that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had been partying a good bit.
Well,
No, we
and
have not been partying.
that's
Yes,
just
we do
me.
play music,
Yeah.
but no, we do not party. He got told he needs to stay at home, so that's what we do, and we can't even hang out in our
Who
house.
got, what do you mean he got told he has to stay home? What do you mean?
Someone told him he can't go out to bars. I don't know.
When did that happen?
I don't know, before we got together.
Okay. So,
So
what
we
do you
stay
mean
at home.
someone, like someone up here?
I get it. I have no idea. I don't know. I just know that we don't really go out to bars. We
Because
we like to stay at home.
Yeah.
We just don't. So, I mean, and then we stay at home, and then it's kind of like a hit or miss.
Well, so at what point did you realize this is a little bigger than we thought it was going to be?
When I was all over Facebook.
Okay. And that would have been Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, somewhere around there.
When did you realize,
It was probably Sunday evening because we didn't even get off of the lake until...
close to dark?
Yeah, it was close. It was maybe 7-ish, 8-ish. It was somewhere, yeah, it was close to dark.
Did you see it on your phones, or did you get home and see it on a computer? You remember?
We don't even use computers.
So it would have been on the phone if you saw it.
Yeah, I mean, someone texted or sent it or whatever.
At what point did you decide that it was your neighbors who made the report?
When they started banging on the floor.
The night before?
Mm-hmm.
During that...
I knew something was up whenever we know everybody around us.
Okay.
We knew everybody around us. I knew something was wrong whenever we didn't know this girl.
The one that came to the door and
Mhm.
knocked? Okay. What was your thought
Someone sent her.
from the building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And when she walked downstairs, we kind of put 2 and 2 together.
You seen her go downstairs?
I did not. No. Someone else saw her go downstairs.
Who?
I think it was his brother.
Giselle?
Mhm.
Saw the girl that was at your door walk downstairs.
Mhm.
Where did she go?
We don't know. I don't know. From our door, you can see the stairs on this side.
Yeah.
And he just saw her walk toward downstairs.
Okay. And he came back in your apartment?
Mhm.
You were inside at that point?
Yes, me and Bryson were inside.
So when you heard the banging before this, and you heard the banging on the floor, did you think maybe we need to turn it down, or did you realize in that moment we're being a little loud? Obviously, we woke the neighbors
Not
up.
really, because I didn't hear it. I got told that they were banging on the floor.
Who told you that?
Someone there. I don't know. I just remember someone saying, "Hey, I think they're banging on the floor."
Do you remember after that someone in your apartment stomping on the floor so kind of like in a
No.
defiant move?
No.
Because apparently, when the knocking on the roof would be your floor happened, right after that, someone in your apartment stomped on the floor so loud that
They
it knocked
did.
one of the pictures off the wall?
No, I don't remember that. But we've already been told that the other person that lived there before us did the same thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, no. We were all sitting around at the table.
Okay.
Whether someone did or not, I do not remember. I wasn't really paying attention.
Right. So, have you seen the video?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you see it? On Facebook?
Mm-hmm. Someone sent it to me.
Do you remember what happened Monday? Would be yesterday, actually.
What do you mean by that?
Yesterday morning, the neighbor downstairs got a message from you.
Mm-hmm.
You sent that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the deal with that?
I told her that we have never said anything to her about them smoking weed
Okay.
and their weed smell coming up to my children's room. We've never said anything about hearing Mike, which is her boyfriend, fiance, whatever he is, beating the shit out of a 3-year-old downstairs.
Okay.
I didn't hear it, Bryson did. We never heard anything about, or we've never said anything about Mike getting drunk and acting stupid outside. But she can't come up here as an adult and say something. She has to send someone else up here to say it.
And what drove you to send that message?
Because I think it should be handled. I think if her or Mike, us knowing who they were, came up to our door and said something, instead of sending someone random that we had no idea who it was, I think it would have been handled a lot different.
Okay. How did you get the information?
I didn't. I just put two and two together.
No, that's not what Bryson said. So
Okay. I don't
either
care.
you're lying or he's lying.
Well, I don't know what did he say.
That he told you that information.
He didn't tell me that information. I knew that information. Like I said, I knew that information whenever they knocked on the floor.
Well, I understand. I mean, any smart person would be able to
I mean, it's not that hard to
deduce that
figure out.
down. But on Monday morning,
Mm-hmm.
Bryson accessed our police database and then called you from his truck and said he read the report and it was them.
No, he didn't. I screenshotted what I sent to Danielle, and I sent it to him, and he said,
I mean, I know he did. I've got the audit trail that shows he did.
that shows he did what?
Looked at the report.
Oh, I'm sure he did look at the report. There's no doubt. I'm
And
sure
what
he
the
did.
coincidence of it is the message that you sent,
Mm-hmm.
it was like 10 minutes after he looked at the report twice.
Because I knew that, I'm going to say what I'm going to say regardless whether Bryson's there. But I knew if he would have been at home while I was sending that, I would have got bitched at. He would have bitched at me for it.
Because you shouldn't have done it. You took police information and used it to your benefit.
It's not police information.
He accessed a police report and then turned around
He
and
did
gave
not
it to
say
you
anything
and
to me
said,
about it.
yeah, it was Danielle. Her name was on the report. And then you turned around and took that information and
Where
harassed.
did you get that from? Just
Bryson
because
himself.
it's a coincidence.
Bryson told me himself that
Well,
he did that.
bring her in here. No, he didn't.
Did you tell her about the report and who did the report?
Yeah, I told her, Mike and Danielle called the police on us.
Okay. What was your thought for that? Why did you do that? You know that's a violation of policy, correct?
I didn't know it was a violation of policy.
I mean, you're accessing the police database and giving information to a civilian non-police officer who then turned around and sent harassing communications to the people that made the report. So what you're saying is Bryson didn't call you after looking at the report and told you it was Mike and Danielle. Their names are on the report.
No, we didn't even talk.
And you know
never...
we have his phone here, right?
Okay.
So it's going to show that he called you after accessing this report.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Pull it up.
So Bryson's lying.
Must be.
Why
Pull
would
it
he
up.
lie about you?
I don't know, but he never showed me anything. He never called me. Like I said, full phone records.
Well, I'm sure that'll be in due time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll look at this video and you just tell me about your behavior. Because it doesn't match what you told me.
1 a.m. 12 a.m. It's me.
I never seen those.
I'll turn the light off so you can see it better. That's your noise coming from your apartment. Whose job is this?
Huh?
Listen. Whose job is it? Is that you?
That's probably, it's probably Morgan and Aaron.
It doesn't matter. I have a
Are you saying who am I telling to go to the room?
Yeah.
Probably Aaron and Morgan, I'm sure.
You guys mind keeping it down?
What apartment are you in?
Is that you?
It doesn't matter. I have a
It does matter. What
I have a
apartment are you in?
3-month-old,
What apartment are
and
you
you
in?
guys are up screaming.
I don't care. What apartment are you in?
Where you at?
Who's
It
that?
doesn't matter what.
It doesn't matter.
I have a 3-month that you're keeping.
What apartment are you in?
What time is it? It's
Because we know everybody around here what
It's
fucking
after
apartment are you in?
midnight.
Okay.
It's after midnight. It's after midnight.
Okay.
What time was
You
it?
guys not have respect for
It is
anyone?
12:06.
We got respect, but it don't matter. We
Is
got
that you?
fucking kids in here, and it don't matter what the fuck we do. What apartment you
Don't knock
in?
on our goddamn
What
door.
apartment you in?
Don't knock on our fucking
If you
door.
touch me, you're going to jail.
No,
So
don't knock on our goddamn door.
Let me fucking
Don't
tell you
knock,
something.
don't
We
knock
are
on
the police.
Don't knock on our fucking door.
Okay.
Don't knock on our door, please.
Okay.
Heard.
Don't knock on.
Yeah, I have it taken off on. I know what happened.
So you didn't say he's the police, you said we're
Yeah, I don't
the
know why I
police.
even said that.
So are you police? Are you
No,
impersonating
no,
a police
no, no,
officer?
no, no, I'm not a police.
Why'd you say it?
I'm not impersonating a police officer.
When I say
I'm not
I'm
carrying
the
around a
police.
badge, or I'm not walking around with lights in my car.
it don't matter. The first thing any police officer is going to tell you is just officer presence is their first line of presence. It's just being me standing in a room saying I am the police. I don't have to
understand
show a
that. Like
badge
I
or a
said,
gun.
like when I told you, I thought I said he is the police.
What did you
Clearly I
say
didn't.
there?
I said we are.
Yeah.
I would never try to impersonate a police officer.
You did.
I
you heard
don't
it
think
yourself.
that's impersonating a police officer.
What
I may
you
be
call it
wrong.
then?
I don't know.
What do you? Let me ask you this: if you don't know somebody,
Mm-hmm.
me and you don't know each other, and we're sitting in Kroger, and I look at you and I say I'm the police, what is your automatic assumption?
When I see your badge.
No, you automatically are going to think, well, he's the police. He said he
No,
was.
I've heard a bunch of people say that they're police and they're not the police.
Well, then they're impersonating a police officer.
Yeah.
You don't have to have lights and sirens and badges and guns to prove that you're the police. Obviously, if you had that, then you probably aren't impersonating a police officer. Right?
I mean, I wouldn't say I was impersonating a police officer, no. I wasn't walking around with, like I said, a badge or light. I was just saying he is the police. That's what I meant to say, but that's not what came out, so.
So, and I told Bryson this, in that moment, you took a man's career, and it didn't matter to you. The 7-8 years that he put in law enforcement, that didn't matter to you. You acted that way without any regard to what it would do to Bryson.
Not true.
True.
No, because he's been in trouble way before I came along, so not true.
It is true.
It's not.
In this incident, I'm not talking about
In
what
this
happened in the past.
incident, I will say, yeah, everybody at the house is putting.
What would have happened? Let me ask you this, on the flip side of this coin. You answer the door.
Mm-hmm.
You see this lady standing there in her pajamas. She's obviously disheveled. She's not being belligerent. She's not being rude.
Mhm.
She was pretty polite. And I think she even used the word please. Can you please cut the music down? You've woke my child up.
Do you guys mind keeping it down?
What apartment are you in?
But this was after they were already banging on our floor.
Right. So this was your second hint to turn the music down. Maybe you should have taken the first hint. But at the second attempt, she still wasn't rude with you. You know? And in that moment, you thought it was a better idea to demand for her to tell you where she's from rather than say, we're sorry, we'll turn the music down and close your door.
And like I said, I think if it would have been them that we knew who it would have been a completely different.
So, again, had you just simply said,
So he went to jail
okay, absolutely,
for.
simple assault and disorderly house. What part of this scenario doesn't think that you're going to land in jail? Because you didn't stay in the apartment, like you said.
I didn't say I stayed in the apartment. I
You
said
said
I
you
did not
didn't
go any
pass the
further
door
than the
threshold.
doormat.
But
With
obviously
Bryson
you
and his
see-
brother. It was Bryson, me, and his brother, and we were all kind of in a U.
I can play it again, but you can obviously see you went out there towards her, and they had to pull you back. And you cussed her. We got kids in here and do whatever we want to do, bitch, is what you said. And then she got pushed. And you can see the jostle on the camera where she got pushed. And
No, you can see that no, she didn't.
absolutely.
She didn't get pushed. Nobody touched her.
Whether you meant to push her or not,
No, I know for a fact, and there's other people right there that can witness that she never got touched.
you can see on the camera where she got knocked.
No, you can't. You can see where she moved back, and she clearly said, if you touch me, you're going to jail.
No, that doesn't matter what she said, though. What we see is that the camera got jostled when you went out after her.
Okay.
And then she said, if you touch me, you're
I
going to
never
jail.
went after her. If I would have went after her,
What do you
it
call
would
that
not have
then?
been that.
What do you call that then? What is
I
that?
didn't go after her. I did not touch her for
Why
a
did you
reason.
go outside your apartment and
Because
cuss
she
her
was-
that way? What would
I
happen
didn't-
if somebody did that to you?
And what it is.
It don't matter who it is. What would happen? How does it make you feel?
How
A
does it make me
complete
feel for
stranger.
what?
Let's put that in that. This is a.
It's happened. What do you mean? It's happened
Well, how did
before.
it make you feel? What happened? Did you get in a fight?
I mean, there's been fights before, yeah.
Okay. Do you not think this might have been the same type thing?
No,
See?
if it was going to be one, it would have been one.
Well, luckily, someone with half a brain stopped you
No, I
and
stopped
pulled you
myself.
back in the apartment.
I stopped myself.
Now you can clearly see what's his name? Joselle pulled you back in the apartment.
No, he just said, come on. But I stopped myself.
But that's not very good self-control if you say that's stopping yourself.
If I didn't touch her, it's very good self-control.
No, you're lucky Joselle was there to put you back in the apartment.
Nobody ever touched her, so I'm not understanding where even the simple assault's coming from if nobody touched her.
Because you and Bryson acted in a way that placed this person in reasonable fear of themselves. You can't look at that and tell me that you acted in a reasonable way.
I can't look at
That
this
is
and say that any of
unreasonable.
it's reasonable.
Exactly.
It's not reasonable for her to put it on Facebook. It's probably reasonable for her to call his boss, yes. It's not reasonable to put anybody, y'all, the county, anybody on Facebook
Well,
for that matter.
unfortunately, when you're a police officer, you're held to a higher standard,
You
which
don't have
you
to
wouldn't
talk to me
understand.
about government or county employees
I know it, but what
because
I'm
my
saying
dad
is-
is one, so I've
Okay.
been there, I've lived with one.
Well,
I know
you
how
want
it
to
goes.
associate yourself with police, you better act right.
I mean, I agree, but
So when
he just
you're a
got
police
arrested,
officer,
so
you're
I don't
held to a
think he
higher
is one
standard.
anymore, right?
No, he's not.
Okay.
And you don't have any compassion for that.
I have a lot of compassion about it. You don't know. Yeah, I do. You don't know how much I've
Yeah.
sat up and cried about it. You don't know what it is.
No, you were
But
too
the thing
busy.
is what happened, it happened. Yes, it's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah.
No, it never should have
It is.
happened. No, it should have never been publicized. No, it should have never been any of y'all
Right?
behind it. But now it is this, and now we have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing we can do about it. I have a lot of compassion and a lot of sympathy for it.
You don't seem that way.
I do.
I showed you this video and you laughed.
But now what am I... Because I've seen the video 20 times. It's all over Facebook.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. I want to see it. That's
I'm not-
embarrassing.
yeah, but you want to talk about compassion? You ain't showing me no compassion.
Because now I'm pissed now.
Obviously.
I
It's
feel
very
like-
easy to piss you off.
It sucks. It is.
You know, that lady didn't have to tell you where she was from. It was none of your business. What you needed to know is you were being too loud and she was asking you very politely to turn it down.
Yeah.
It didn't matter where she came from.
Yeah.
I don't care if she came from the woods.
Right. No, I get.
You're
do.
in the
I get
wrong.
That. I know, and I was wrong. I admit that. But I know that the music probably should have been turned down. No, we probably shouldn't have handled it the way we did handle it. But I do know that she never got touched. She never got pushed.
Did you know you don't have to touch somebody to place them in fear of themselves getting injured?
No.
It's called simple assault. That's why Bryson's in there. His mere presence can
Because
place
of
someone in a
words?
reasonable apprehension of receiving some type of injury.
Because of words.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I told you before, any good police officer knows officer presence is your first, what is the word I'm looking for? Use of force. Your first use of force is your presence. Just me being in the room is my use of force. Bryson knows that. I don't expect you to know that because you ain't a police officer like you say you are in there, but Bryson does, and he knows as big as he is and as little as she is, and if you step up in her face, she's going to be scared, especially when you're drunk and aggressive like that.
Well, it's not that he was drunk and aggressive. It was-
Absolutely. What do you call that?
Well, he never came. He didn't never go past the doormat.
It don't matter. He took a step
And
towards her.
he was under Ambien. So.
It doesn't matter. No excuse.
I think isn't there a law about Ambien?
Nope.
Okay. I thought there was.
Nope.
Or about, not Ambien, prescription drugs, excuse me.
Nope.
Okay.
There's no excuse. Not for that. What about you? What's your excuse?
Oh, I don't have one. I know it was wrong.
Absolutely. That's why I say you were willing to put Bryson's career on the line for your pride.
No. I
That's
wouldn't
not
say
love.
I wasn't willing to put his career on the line.
What'd you do then? Where's his career at now?
With y'all, I guess.
No, I don't have his career in my hands. I don't take any pride in putting
Somebody
Bryson in
does.
jail. I hugged that man just last week. He was a friend of mine,
I know. I heard.
a good friend of mine.
I heard.
This does not make me feel happy.
Me either. No, it doesn't make anybody
It
feel
pisses
happy.
me off that your nonchalant attitude.
It's not that I'm nonchalant, like I said. We have sit there, we've talked, we have cried, but it happened. It should not have been handled that way. But what can we do to change it?
Apparently, both of you are going to jail.
There's nothing
Now, I
we
gave
can do.
Bryson a couple suggestions that might change things for him.
Well, what's the suggestion you have for me?
First of all, grow up. You got 3 kids.
And
You're
I do a
25
good-
with 3
And I do a good
kids.
job of raising them.
Well,
But thank you.
this is not
My
being...
kids weren't there.
It doesn't matter. Now their mama's going to be in jail again. For how many times have you gone to jail in 25 years of your life? A few, couple. Grow up, number one. You can smile all you want and smirk,
I'm not smiling. It's just,
but you asked for my suggestion, that's number one.
what's your number 2?
Focus on your kids.
I do.
Quit staying up late and drinking and all that. It's all right. I drink too. You know, I've got a 9-year-old and a wife. Been married 13 years. I've got a mortgage, animals. I got all kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I like to have my beer too.
Yeah.
But it's responsible. You know, it's being responsible. This is not responsible. I mean,
No. not
you
at
can
all.
have a get-together with people and be responsible about it. And when the neighbors that you live in the apartment with, it doesn't matter where they come from, knock on your door at midnight and say, can you turn it down, please? simply turn it
Turn
down.
it down. Yeah.
Close your door. You don't even have to talk to them.
Yeah.
Click them a bird and say, you know
Turn it
what?
down.
Turn it down.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I get that. I do.
Just so you know, I mean, I told you, both of you are going to jail. You're going to be going to jail for simple assault and disorderly conduct. It didn't have to happen.
It didn't. You're right.
Bryson's career didn't have to end. You could have been doing school today instead of sitting in jail.
Mhm.
I mean, I hate it. For both of you. I'm not showing favoritism towards him just because he's the police.
No, you should. You should. I
No,
mean,
I
y'all are
shouldn't.
friends.
We
You
don't.
should.
We
You
don't get
should.
favoritism in this line of work. I don't take any pride in putting.
I
Not
disagree on that.
personally.
You might not, but there's other people.
Well, they don't belong in here either, and eventually it'll catch up to them.
It will.
Just like this.
You're absolutely right, it will.
You have anything else you want to say?
I mean, are other witnesses not going to be called, or is that...
I don't need more witnesses. There's a video.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, like I said, I'm sorry to everybody, but it happened, and now it's just kind of, we just kind of have to deal with it.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, though. The last thing you need to do is communicate with the neighbors downstairs. The worst thing you could have done in all this, because it kind of shows what kind of character...
Well, the reason we used to communicate with them
with.
is because we thought they were our friend.
Right.
We
And
went
now
out
you
and we
don't.
did stuff with them. I mean, we went to Helen. We've gone to Whitewater with them. I mean, that's the only reason we ever communicated with them.
Right. But what you don't want to do is look up... I mean, you can't now because we took his computer, but you can't take an access towards a police database and then harass the people that made the report. Okay? That's called intimidating a witness or victim.
I think
Well,
that it
I
was
mean, what do you
just
call it? It
letting
wasn't
you
friendly?
know that...
We know. I know
No,
you did.
not even that. Just that y'all have done all this and we've never said anything to y'all.
So what?
But
So?
y'all want to be that petty. So, cool.
You know,
It is what it is. We thought y'all were our friends. Clearly y'all weren't, so it is what it is, basically.
Yeah, but see, you're still missing the point. You don't need to be doing anything like that.
Oh, I'm not going to contact them. I have no reason to.
Because what will happen is this hole that you've dug for yourself will just keep getting deeper and
No,
deeper
I
and
don't have
deeper.
anything to say to them. I said what I needed to say. I'm done.
Do you have anything else you want to say or anything in here? Is there anything you want to talk about?
What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Anything to do with this?
I mean, you did your job. You got it all. There's nothing else to say. Not unless you need anything else from me.
No. No. No, I didn't. Okay. Let me get somebody real quick.
Okay.
Do you have anything on your person, cell phone or anything like that?
I'm not besides my jewelry.
Okay. You gonna walk her over?
Hey,
Hey.
you turn around.
I didn't pat her down, Kathy, so I'm gonna pat her down.
Okay,
Don't
I'll
want
do
to?
it. I'll do it.
Do it in here with the
Yeah,
cameras.
ma'am. You will just lean against the table. And there we go.
1 a.m. 12 a.m. Excuse me. Do you guys mind keeping it down?
What apartment are you in?
It doesn't matter. I have a
It does matter. What
I have a
apartment are you in?
3-month-old,
What apartment are
and
you
you
in?
guys are up screaming
I
and
don't care. What
karaoke.
apartment are you in?
Where you at?
It doesn't matter where
It
I
does
came
matter.
Okay,
from.
well,
It
fuck
It matters
it, fuck
that
off.
I have a 3-month-old that you're keeping.
What apartment are you in?
Go.
What time is it? It's
Because we
after
know
don't give
everybody
a
around
fuck.
here what
It's after
apartment are you in?
midnight.
Okay,
I don't
go.
fuck
It's
what time
after
it is.
midnight.
Go.
It's after midnight.
Okay.
You guys not have respect for anyone?
We got fucking respect, but it don't fucking matter. We got fucking kids in here, and it don't fucking matter what the we do. What fucking apartment
Don't
you
knock
in?
on our damn
What
door.
fucking apartment you in?
Don't
bitch?
them knock on our
You
door.
touch me, you're going to jail.
No,
so
don't knock on
even
our
try.
damn door.
Let me-
Don't knock. Don't
We are
knock.
the police